Hey there, Jen at Vine Skills here. I wanted to give an example of how you can invite a client in or someone that you wanted to invite in to either keep up with data in a file, or possibly it might be, for my example, that you wanted the client to fill out a portion of the intake. That's just the first example that came to my mind. So it would be a way to allow someone to come in as a guest but limit what they can see. As you know probably already, that you can limit the sections over here on the left side where the filter menu is. You can limit what guests can see, but you can also limit them in the section as well. So this is going to be an example of, I want a client to come in. So welcome to your intake page. This is where you can tell us what happened at the scene of the accident. If you don't know the answer to the question, just leave it blank. So fill it with some instruction text. You want to know who's performing the intake, date of incident, etc. Maybe you just have some basic questions that you already want to get right off the bat. And then you have the client portion complete. And I will show you logged in as someone else now, as a guest. It's going to be, if you look here, it's my other profile. So I'm going to log in now. I'm going to pause this, log in as myself as a guest, and show you what I see and what I am limited to. Okay, so I am now logged in. As you can see, I was only invited into the example intake section. So I would fill this out, which you can see is editable. So I'm going to say Jen, and then date of incident. I'm going to fill this out. Incident location, Test Street, Fake City, Florida. Example summary. So I'm able to fill all this out. Did police come to accident? Yes. Did you get transported? No. Did you receive an accident report? No. Best form of communication. So I'm going to say texting, and I'm going to say phone. I do not prefer email or snail mail. That's my example. Portion complete, yes or no? Well, I can't actually fill this out. So I'm going to save it. And I would probably instruct at the bottom here, like to remember to press save or something to like trigger them to save it. But as you can see, I cannot see this. So anything that's below this quick intake section that you invited a guest into, and again, this could be not even a client, this could be like a third-party person that's helping you do something, like only wanting to do the bill collection in the medical bills and records section. You only want them to see certain things. This is a type of setting that you can have to where only project admins have access to certain specific criteria within a case section, or, however you want to set it up. So it's a permission setting. Anyway, so I'm going to pause it again and just go back to the other account. All right, so I'm back in there, and I'm like, oh, cool, the client came in. Maybe even you put a little task flow button. They wouldn't understand what it is, but just say, please press button when complete, and then it triggers you to know that they're done with the intake or the medical records or whatever you have someone in here helping you with. Then you click on this, and anything below this would be essentially what you wanted them to not be able to see. So I can show you in the back end as well what I selected. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pause this again. So assuming that you're familiar with the customs editor, I'm in the intake section that you saw. So if you can see here, this doesn't have in the advanced anything here. Required, locked, obsolete. But then if you go here to client portion complete, this is locked. Locked means that only project admins can see the data that is locked. And then everything below that is set up to show when client portion complete equals yes. So it's like the first thing to hide everything. I hope this helps, and thanks for listening.